do I do with my hands?
And I keep them by your side.
Okay, am I looking at you?
Wait for that. It's all kicking off.
I am Sharon Watkins, and I'm your sister.
And I'm Sammy Stopford, and I'm your brother. I've just looked at the camera.
Yeah, I'm an independent artist. My name's Jake Buckley.
I'm Ian Marshall, and I'm from Ian I. Marshall Photography.
Stranded was a song that I wrote during lockdown and COVID. I was in Norfolk, and in Norfolk on the coast they have these little tiny harbours with boats that are just sat in the mud and never get to go anywhere unless there's a full moon and this big tide comes in. And I thought it was really symbolic of everybody's feelings at the time of just waiting for this tide to come in and be able to sail out and have a good time again. So yeah, that's where it came from. It's a real sort of like release from lockdown and getting back to normal life and having fun song.
Cheeky little steps. So what Sharon's doing is she's going almost there, stranded. 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost there.
Yeah, I was having this conversation earlier, and I take it that I feel that the song, I mean, I could be completely wrong, and I haven't spoken to Sharon about this, but I feel like that stranded is we all reach a point in our life sometimes where we feel a block, that maybe we might find ourselves a bit of a crossroad or a point where we feel stuck in life. And so sometimes, like, I feel the words, I'm stranded, somebody send me a breeze. You just need someone to give you a kick sometimes. You just need that incentive to move on, to move forward. And sometimes you just need help. Like, you've got everything that you want to do, but you feel a bit stuck, you feel a bit blocked. And I think that that's where it's coming from. I could be wrong.
It was amazing. We had all these songs that she'd written were like, there was verses, middle eights, like all the sections were there, but they just needed to be put into the right order, you know. So usually when you're producing stuff, like people like only have a verse or only have a chorus. Like Sharon had so many ideas. It was like my job was easy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Well, as I said, I came in and saw these guys doing they do gospel videos, exchange, and they did like 60 one day. And killer the musicians. And I came in for about 10 minutes and saw them doing it. I was like, just a bit, we could do something there.
Absolutely. Got any promo footage or anything that you need doing, you could do in here. It's amazing. Was she happy?
She's over the moon.
Good, yeah. Probably a bit warmer. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I can't get over the set.
It looks incredible.
It's amazing.
It looks so good.
They've done such an amazing job.
Do you want to tap into that connection reserve? If you link in, so if you plug them, one end import, output, import.
I love it.
Yeah, did you hear about the why?
Yeah, I heard, Sam said it just, I know, I am as well.
Sort of corners we had to turn today, because starting off with a white backdrop. You can probably see it's a black one at the moment, but it was white first, and unfortunately it was all creases, so like we have to go with black. But I think
you think it's okay though?
I think it's the best option.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was far worse.
Does anybody need some white curtains? A lot of white is a lot of white.
Maybe you should have like a prize. Why am I single and win a prize? Loads of
These white curtains that did not appear in the music video.
It looks so great.
I'm in my element right now.
Because basically,
Collected. So it's like, what? So how do we like?
And what inspired you to piece the choreography together? Was there anything you drew from?
honestly, just from Sharon. So it was just her vision, I think, that she had in her head, and then the style of, obviously the style of the song, that kind of Motown genre, that feel, it just leans to all of these. So I'd recently just watched Dreamgirls as well to get a little bit of inspiration. Yeah, so for me, it's just that, it was automatically that image in my head was like, so, okay, she's the focus point, and then always off to one side there was the Bebees, and they were always doing these moves. It was always cheeky, it was always elegant, but it was always in sync.
Yeah.
And so that's just where it came from. So I just drew on what Sharon had already envisioned in her head, and I kind of put it together, and then, yeah, so I focused on what her strengths, polished a little bit from her point of view, and then with the BVs we worked on it mostly today, because I didn't meet the girls until today, which they were brilliant, by the way, because you don't always get people that can just
take it off and
yeah,
do it,
it was 10 minutes
away.
and they'd got the whole song. So yeah, it was very simple to pull in that kind of Motown feel from a backing dancing vocalist point of view.
Amazing.
That's what it is. So I went into my mum's wardrobe, I was like, right, size 12, my mum's a 12, black paint, and I haven't bought them, I left them on the bed. Anyway, and then she got that, which is so random, a shirt and a white shirt and a black waistcoat in my mum's wardrobe.
It is random.
I know, I was like, that, you're doing it, if I'm God.
I think you've been fine.
I think Preston's more worthy.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that is
gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is lovely.
Yeah, I like that.
Perfect. It looks great.
Such a cool style. I love the 60s. It's kind of why I went with it this morning, because I just thought, well, if you like it, then I'll do something similar. So I know the process of life.
Oh, you said it better. Good.
And speaking of like planning, did you have a particular plan for this particular shoot? Had you storyboarded anything?
Not necessarily. Well, with this kind of particular shoot, because it's a band in a room playing, it's a lot easier to kind of shoot in some respects. But to make it look something more than just a band in a room, the organisation behind it with the lights, with the actual set dressing and all those things. So that's taken a lot of time because to really get that working. So in some ways, sort of, yeah, I think for me with this particular shoot, we had the concept, and to make that concept come to life was the longest part of it, and the actual shoot itself was a bit smaller. But in terms of my eyes, I was looking at other examples of things that I quite like, and obviously showed those to Sharon, see what she liked, and then we tried to meet them. Obviously, there's a few sort of corners we had to turn today. So obviously the idea is still evolving as we're actually here and stuff. So yeah.
And what's next? What would you say is next for you both?
Well, we think about 3 more singles on the album that we want to release before we release the album.
You've basically done your best of on the
It's
first
all
album.
my best of is on this album.
The
After miles.
the best of.
So
The rest of you might as well give up after this one.
don't get the second album because this is it. No, we've actually already written most of the second.
Yeah,
album,
no, we have.
haven't we?
Yeah.
So
Well, we've definitely got a Christmas single.
Yeah.
We've got that in the planning. Very
Okay.
wintry, kind of icy.
yeah, so we're going to release about 3 more singles off this album, and then we'll release the album in 2023.
Okay.
And then our plan is to record another album
Yeah.
because
If
we
we
love
ever
it and it's great fun.
Yeah.
And, yeah.